Game begin.
Well, hello fellow miscreants and ne'er-do-wells. I'm gonna have a go what for this here role-playing game character sheet the ATF put out recently. And this is where you add up all the features on your blaster and find out if you win. If you like seeing stuff more than not seeing stuff, take a look at our sponsor, TNVC.com, your source for quality night vision gear to make you the bump in the night. So the first event here is, oh, we gotta name it first. A weapon? Hell yeah, brother. That's definitely a weapon. Manufacturer? Sure. It has one. Explanation? Duh. And the weapon must weigh at least a thirst buster. So let's take a look at the weight. And oh, it's a little bit of a chunk at 100.39 ounces. 100.39 OZ, yo. You are a go at this station. Weapon must have an overall length between 12 and 26 inches. Well, we're gonna stretch the frame here a little bit, but there we go. It's about 24.5. It's under 25 inches, so we are a go at this station. All right, weapon must meet both prerequisites. Okay, so we can go on to section number 2. Not based on a known shoulder stock design. So I have no idea what that subjective and arbitrary standard means. So I'm just gonna say, no, it's not based on a known shoulder stock design, because it incorporates shoulder stock design features based on, okay, well, we're gonna say 0 for that one. The rear surface area, the device incorporates features to prevent use as a shouldering device. Well, no, I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't have little spiky bits or razor blades or anything sticking off the back of it, so it's not like it has anything preventing use as a shouldering device. Minimized rear surface area features to discourage. I mean, I guess you could say that, because see how it's kind of cut, like if it were a stock, this would all be filled and it would have more surface area here. So I think it's fair to say that one. So 1 point here. Then we move down to the next one, non-adjustable fixed design. That's correct. It is definitely non-adjustable, so 0 points there. Counterbalance, no, it's not a counterbalance. Fin, nope, it's not a fin type. This is a cuff type design and it fully wraps around the arm, so we get 0 points there. I only got 1 point in this section. And we go on to the next section. Now, here's the thing that's not fully described or explained. I think you're done adding up points in this section and you start off with new points for this section, but it doesn't really say so. Do you carry this 1 point over into this section? Or is it a new? Okay, well, I'm going to operate under the assumption that the section number 3 starts off fresh with new points, because that seems fairest. All right, length of pull. So we're going to measure from the middle of the trigger. I'll do it the way you can see it. So we'll go from the stock to the middle of the trigger. In this case, that is right about 11 inches. It's definitely under 13.5. So 10.5, but under 11.5 inches. Okay, so this is a 1. On to the next event. Standard AR pistol buffer tube. Well, it's not. It's just a round thing. It's not really a rifle tube, or it's not an AR buffer tube. It's a different thing. But it's also none of these things. It's not an AR type buffer tube with adjustment notches, doesn't have adjustment notches, not an adjustable rifle buffer tube. It's not a PDW type with guide rails. It's not a extended AR type pistol buffer tube. I mean, it kind of like that, but it's not, it's hard to say here. It definitely doesn't have any spacers or modified shoulder stock or a folding adapter or any of this other stuff. So I'm gonna say this is a standard AR type pistol buffer tube. Oh, it says 6 to 6.5 inches. So for it to be that, it would have to be much shorter. See, this is 8 inches, 8.5 inches long. It's not an adjustable rifle. It has to be an extended AR type pistol buffer tube. So we're gonna go with that of 2 here. Then we're gonna go down to cuff type or fin type with straps too short. Nope. Cuff or fin with strap made out of elastic material. Wah, 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 definitely elastic. Okay, so we get 2 points here. And none of those things. Hand stop. Well, there's no hand stop, but I do have this nifty, difty, handy dandy little light on here, which would stop your hand and prevent it from coming off the end to blow your little digits off. So, is a hand stop just anything that would prevent your fingers getting blown off? Or is it something designed to stop your hand? I don't know. You can never predict how ATF folks would react to things, but I don't think that's a hand stop. And secondary grip, no. Presence of rifle type, backup sights, nope, none of those. Reflex sight, yes it does, with the flip to side magnifier though. So you only get this 2 points if you have the flip to side magnifier, which we don't have on this. Sight scope with eye relief incompatible with one-handed fire, bipod, monopod. As configured, weighs more than 120 ounces. No. I like how they wait till the end there for this one, but nope. None of those things. So we're gonna add that up. We got 1, we got 2. Okay, that's 4, that's 5 points. I win. This is not legal.
You should feel bad. Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right!
Okie dokie. So yeah, it's over 64 ounces. Overall length is, and this may be hard for you guys to see, but with the brace extended, we're like 28, we're 28 3/4, give or take. It's way over that 26 inch. Now, if I measure it with the brace collapsed, we come in at just barely over 26 inches. I know it's hard for you guys to see from that angle, but this is just barely over 26 inches with the brace collapsed. Now here's the thing though. What they don't say is whether you're allowed to remove it. The wording on here is as configured. However, if I removed this A2 flash hider, the muzzle would be about here, which would be under that 26 inch mark, and we could go on. So hypothetically, for the purposes of this exercise, we're gonna pretend this A2 flash hider isn't here. And that also raises another issue, because if this is over 26 inches overall length from stem to stern, then doesn't that mean that this isn't a pistol? And if the barrel is less than 16 inches, doesn't that mean this isn't a rifle either? And as I understood it, a firearm with an overall length more than 26 inches and a barrel less than 16 inches was a firearm, not a pistol, not a rifle. So I'm not sure what they're getting at here. I suspect, and again, I am not a lawyer because I don't even have horns. I think what they mean here is that if it's over 26 inches, none of this other stuff matters. Because remember, based on previous opinions and lawyering and all of that sort of stuff that the smart people have done, that over 26 inch overall length firearm can have a pistol brace and a vertical foregrip without even being an AOW. It's in this weird gray area, and I think that's what they're saying. Over 26 inches, none of this really matters, except they're also obviously not saying, well, you could just throw a stock on a firearm that's over 26 inches, so it's very contradictory and confusing. I have no idea, but we're going to press on hypothetically as though I have removed this A2 flash hider and we met this 26 inch mark because I want to achieve my high score. So we're a go at this station. Not based on a known shoulder stock design, no, it's the same thing. Incorporated shoulder stock, no, we're gonna be none of those things. So we're gonna be a 0 there. Device incorporates feature to prevent use as a shouldering device. Well, no, it doesn't. but it does have material added to increase rear surface area for shouldering. So I'm gonna get a 3 points here because this makes it nice and cushy against the shoulder. Very comfy. Non-adjustable fixed design. No, it is definitely adjustable, so we get 2 points here. And then counterbalance, no. Fin type, no. Cuff type that fully wraps around the arm, so we get 0 points here. So we get a total of 5 points. Boom! I win section 2 for the first time, and the crowd goes wild. All right, let's move on to section 3 though, because I want to see how many points I can really rack up here. So we're gonna extend this. We're gonna measure the brace from the end of the padding material to the middle of the trigger. Oh, we got 14.5 inches. Okay, so we're definitely over here. So I got 4 points on this section. Standard AR and pistol buffer tube. Yeah, we're going to call it that. I think it's still that. 0 points there. Then we're going to go on to too short to function. No. Made out of elastic material. Yes, I get 2 points here. Then we're going to skip down to here. Presence of a hand stop. Well, I mean, again, you know, can we call this sight? Can we call this light a hand stop? I mean, how nitpicky do you want to be? At what point does a bump of any type reduce your likelihood of getting digits out in front of the muzzle and blowing them off? Does it have to be designed and intended to be a hand stop? What if it was a bottle opener that happened to be of such a shape that it would prevent you from getting digits out in front? None of that's really explained. Presence of rifle type backup flip up sights. Yep, got a point here. Reflex sight with flip sight, nope. Sight scope with eye relief incompatible with one hand. Boom, that 4 points just on that one. So just having this sight on here, which does have limited eye relief, on that point alone, we get 4 points, which by itself would have disqualified us.
Disqualified!
But I got another 4 points up here for 8 points, and then 2, 10, and then 11 points total. I more than doubled the disqualification. I think that's a pretty decent high score. Can you beat me? I love you.
New high score!
What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Did I break it?